Nintendo really seems disinterested in Animal Crossing at the moment. They haven't updated the game in 3 years, they're shutting down Pocket Camp, and that's sending us gamers elsewhere for our cozy fix. And this led me to Campfire Cosy Friends, which answers the question, what if my villagers were actually smart and I could hold a conversation with them, instead of them just telling me to work out? I'm looking at you, Pierce. So, Campfire Cosy Friends is a brand new game that's aiming for early access launch on Steam either later this year or early 2025. Now, before we go any further, whilst you're here, please subscribe. Please subscribe so that I can not have my house seized by Tom Nook. So my time with Campfire started out, as most games tend to these days, with a character creator. Now, usually what happens when I get given a character creator is I try and make my character look like me, and if I can't do that, then I'll just make them look as ridiculous as I possibly can. Now, I was actually on track to create a cozy-ish kind of version of myself, until I found this. So, with my honourable knight's helmet acquired, I hopped on over to the island and approached the mayor like so.
Hello.
And of course, to fit in with the channel style, my first conversation in this game went like so. So, after I had established that Mayor Thompson knew exactly who Lightning McQueen was, it was time to actually start the game. Now, the best way I can describe Campfire is it's basically a mix of Animal Crossing and Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I draw that comparison because while the game and characters and island have that Animal Crossing vibe to it, just like in Dreamlight Valley, every single one of those fuckers on your island wants everything done for them by you. Oh, 2 of them have had an argument? Mediate it. I want to cook something? Go and get me ingredients. Go and collect me coconuts. Go and mine this. They all want everything done for them. They won't do any of it themselves. Now, this is not a criticism because this is the game's quest system, and it teaches you how to play, it shows you all around the island, so it's just a funny comparison. Now, let me just pause the review for a quick wholesome thank you. I just want to say thanks to the developers of Campfire for giving me a code to the game and making me a Campfire partner. This is all so new to me because no other developer has reached out to me before to give me a code of their game and play it and provide a press kit and everything. Oh my god, it was very cool, it all felt very official, and it's all very new to me, so I just want to say thank you, that's awesome. Anyway, moving back to the review. So I continued working my way through the game's tutorial and was starting to learn that the AI was actually quite clever. Whilst these 2 characters were feuding, I decided to make an Oasis joke about the band getting back together, and the baker decided to say this. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't take much to make me laugh, but I did think that was quite funny. I always just find it quite entertaining when characters in video games make pop culture references, so when I'm making pop culture references to these AI villagers, and I'm calling one of them like Mr. Krabs for being money hungry and then Tom Nook, it seems a bit surreal and I quite like it, it's quite cool. Now, you're probably wondering, what else happens in this game except the AI? Now, of course, the game's gimmick is that you can speak to the AI and have proper conversations, and on top of that you can do speech to text to make your experience that much more immersive. It's very cool. But outside of this, the game has all the staple features of a cozy crafting game that you'd pretty much come to expect by now. And because this will be free to play, there will be, of course, more than one currency. But anyway, in terms of content at the moment, there's crafting, there's cooking, mining, collecting resources, you can fish, there's customization for your character and for the island that will be added in at a later date. Now, another thing to note that this version of the game is very, very early, so it would be very unfair of me to sit here and critique anything too harshly, as this is pretty much the first pre-alpha build of the game. So one of the main objectives of this game is to get more visitors to your island. Now, you build these bungalows, and then there's a wheel you spin, and whatever it lands on is the villager that you're going to get. Much like in Dreamlight Valley, the villager will need something before they come to your island, probably a cake, or some bread, or just something done for them, and then they will stay on your island. And your objective is to keep them on your island for as long as you can, which Sounds a little bit suspicious when I word it that way, but anyway, you keep them on your island by talking to them, completing little objectives for them by bringing them other things, making them more food, so on and so forth. This is a game that first and foremost really encourages you to pave the way for your own stories, because whatever you say goes, the AI will react to whatever you say. Obviously, the game sets up the foundations of this for you by giving these characters some personality of their own, but once you get chatting, it's all up to you. So once I'd gotten used to the game's controls and mechanics, I set about making my island a better place. This involved clearing debris, which leads to a very cute animation. Then I came across an investigator, so I asked him the most important question. I guess we'll never know. And then whilst chatting to one of my villagers, she informed me that there were very rare fish I could find. Now I don't know about you guys, but any game that has fishing in, I'm straight on it. Except Pokemon, because I'm fucking sick of Magikarp. But I'm sure you can imagine what I did next. And then I ran out of inventory space. But then I went and sold it all and started again, so it's fine. At this time, there doesn't really seem to be a way that you can log all the different species of fish you catch, which for someone who likes to collect everything is a bit of a shame, but I'm hoping that'll be added at a later date. Because I have a strong urge to catch all the fish, but I'll never know if I complete that, because there's no way to check. Anyway, after doing some more fishing, I wandered round and spoke to my villagers more, accused the mayor of being a corrupt politician, and really, I didn't feel as though that there was much left to do. Which is absolutely fine, because as I said before, this is a very, very early access game, and what is here is a very good time. I found my experience both very funny, but also very relaxing at the same time. And for such an early build of the game, there really weren't any major glitches that I came across at all, which was nice. Now, graphically, this is a nice looking game. Some of the textures are quite simple, the water's quite simple, but that's absolutely fine. Seeing as it's coming to both PC and mobile, it's unsurprising that the graphics aren't the most detailed ever. Now, if you guys want to get super early access to this game, there is a Founders Pack that you can get. This Founders Pack will be exclusive to members of their Discord, which I have linked in the description below. The details and pricing of the Founder Pack have not yet been shared, but the general consensus is you get very early access, special in-game items, unlimited AI credits for a year, and extra game currency. And, as I say, you can only get this by being a member of the Campfire Discord server. So if this is of any interest to you, click the link in my description below. If, however, you'd like to just wait for the general early access, the link to the Steam page is also in my description, and as I've said, this will be either late this year or early next year. Overall, I had a pretty good time with this game. Personally, I don't think I'm funny enough or creative enough to hold conversations with these AI characters for too long, because I was already resorting to Joe Mama jokes about 20 minutes in. However, if you're not like me and can actually hold normal human conversations, this game will be perfect for you. Anyway, once again, I just want to give a big thanks to the Campfire team for giving me this opportunity. It's been really fun and I'm very grateful. If you want to see more of this game or more cozy games in general, please let me know in the comments down below. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe and tap the bell for notifications if you have not already, which if you haven't, I'll be sad, which no one wants really. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.